Shalom. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, and give double honors to the apostles and elders, which are the apostle elders that rule the great millstone. We're at the time of end. We're at the time of judgment. We're in the year of death, destruction, and diligence, and things are moving ultra fast. Okay, you really got to keep up with the. You almost got to let the news pile up, man, and because it's day by day. This thing is coming in day by day. There's stuff happening on a wide scale that we got to keep up with, man. And I just thought to do this quick sit down to go into the city of confusion, man, because Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he's casting doubt amongst this place. He's casting confusion, and he's stirring things up, man, on a wide scale before he comes back and destroys it. Just like Egypt, ancient Egypt. What happened with ancient Egypt? He put plagues on that place, man. By the time the death of the firstborn came, Egypt was looking real fucked up. Pardon my French, but that's the word for it. You had the lice, you had the frogs, you had the rivers turning red. Okay, so Egypt was looking real broken down by the time the Lord brought His people out. So how much more these days, man? Okay, so I'm gonna play this and go into some scriptures and. Lord willing, you brothers are edified.
Airports, including right here in the Bay Area. Now,
because I know you Akims have been paying attention to this refugee crisis. That's causing confusion also, man. But just listen to this report and some of the things that they say. I'm going to pull out and go into some scriptures.
Protests, outrage, and backlash from President Trump's refugee ban. And good evening to you. I'm Juliette Goodrich.
I'm Brian Hackney. Along with anger, there's also a lot of confusion and worry over the ban this evening.
You hear that?
A lot of confusion and there's also a lot of confusion and worry over the ban this evening. Not long ago, Mr. Trump signed 3 new executive orders. None of them as contentious as the order that went into effect yesterday. Despite the aftermath, the mounting legal challenges, the president says everything is going smoothly.
It's not a Muslim ban, but we're totally prepared. It's working out very nicely. You see it at the airports, you see it all over. It's working out very nicely, and we're going to have a very, very strict ban, and we're going to have extreme vetting, which we should have had in this country for many years.
But not everyone agrees with Mr. Trump's statement that everything is working out nicely.
Well, KPIX5's Jackie Ward is live outside SFO where hundreds of protesters are taking a stand against Mr. Trump's order. Jackie. Juliette, what we know...
Let me get this precept real quick. This is the book of Isaiah 24 and verse 10. It says, "The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is a cry for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened, and the mirth of the land is gone. And the city is left desolate, and the gates as smitten with destruction." And that's going to be when Yahweh Shem Yahushua allows these nuclear weapons to take place over here. But the main thing I wanted to get, it says the city of confusion is broken down. So this place is being broken down spiritually, physically, mentally. It's being broken down. Okay, but these people are fighting. The Most High is putting the Egyptians against the Egyptians, man. People are fighting against each other that used to be on one side. And then this is just weeks ago, and I'm going to bring that up too. But you got supporters of Trump, they going right back. They reneging, man. You know, they're reneging because this thing is getting confused. They don't know what to do. People are going crazy, man. Especially with this ban thing, people that are so-called foreigners or that were born here, it's getting real hectic for them, man. They don't know what's happening.
Know for certain is that a 30-year-old Iranian man plus an elderly couple from
And
Iraq.
also, I thought we had a nuclear deal with Iran. So this is another catalyst to war. Because they're showing you that, look, Iran's on that ban list already. They just slid them in there with all the other nations, but Iran is on that list. Because 9 out of 10 times, according to the prophecy, something's going to happen where they're going to lock horns with Iran, and Russia's going to come to the aid of Iran. So this is all leading up to the downfall. Everything that Trump does as far as or everything that Esau does, because he's not the one writing these things. He has somebody behind him that's writing, which are the elites. So everything that Esau does is for his own downfall.
Okay. Iran, excuse me, were detained earlier, and they are still here. Their family members are also still here. They're trying to get in touch with them and to be able to speak with them. Those people are just part of the reason many protesters showed up for the Muslim ban protest.
Refugees free! Set the refugees free!
Hundreds swarmed the arrivals terminal at SFO today. In fact, so many people showed up, the protest had to move outside. Protesters showed up for several different reasons. There were lawyers volunteering their services for those who were seeking answers for family members who live in one of the 7 banned countries, and citizens who are in shock at the speed of which President Trump's executive orders are turning into action were here too.
Keeping these poor refugees out of our country and sending back people with lawful visas. I just can't even imagine this happening in our country.
It's just incredibly unjust. It's un-American, and we will not allow that to happen.
Yesterday, an Afghanistan family detained here, but the lawyer representing them tells us that they have since been released. Attorneys at SFO who have been helping the family members of those who were detained tell us a family from Yemen is also still being held, in addition to those 3 people we mentioned earlier. So the protest is far from over here.
And you got a lot of them people, they were Trump supporters, man. You know?
Going until 6 tonight, so people are expected to stay long into the night here. At SFO, Jackie Ward, KPIX 5. President Trump's executive order is also sparking big protests in New York. Nearly a dozen people trying to enter the U.S. have been detained there. Wendy Gillette is at New York's JFK International Airport with more.
What do we want? Justice!
Protesters gathered outside JFK International Airport in New York and demanded the release of refugees blocked from entering the United States. Congressman Jerry Nadler said 12 people were detained here. Hamid Khalid Darwish, a former translator for the U.S. military in Iraq, was held for hours before being released.
They didn't as I break the rules or do something wrong. I'm surprised.
President Donald Trump's executive order suspends the U.S. refugee admissions program for 4 months. There were reports of refugees being refused entry at airports and cities like
Let me get into this. Let me show the next video. Lord willing, I'll post it. Now, this just says angry Trump supporters are turning on Donald Trump. Okay? Because they thought this was the guy, man. They thought he was going to be the dude. So they turned it back, man. This is just confusion. The main point I want to hit is just this man, there's no more wisdom here. People are just, it's turning into a reservoir dog thing, man. They're turning back on each other. They're biting each other. They're protesting. I thought it was Make America Great Again. This is how this dude's doing it, man. The Most High setting this guy up to kick the hornet's nest. Okay, I'm gonna go through and read some of these, and I'm gonna post the link so Joachim can watch it. Turn it down. It says regret voting for real Donald Trump. Urge you change if you won, but not in the case you're completely clueless and consumed by ego, pride, man. And what have we been telling you? Like this guy's hella prideful. So that's showing, hey, it's coming out. He's there now. It says real Donald Trump. Mr. Trump, I'm beginning to regret voting for you. I expected you to fight for the people of the United States. Oh, this is beautiful. Regret voting for Donald Trump. So scared. Thought you were a real deal, bro. Turns out, just mammy bit boy. Mammy bit boy. I mean, mama's boy. It says, put a sock in it already. I'm starting to regret voting for you. You're not only a sore loser, you're a sore winner. Scary. It says, I voted for you, but it says I voted for you. It says I voted for you, but you spend all your time watching TV comedy you don't like and spying on Russia. Wish I had my vote back. It says, put a sock in it already. I'm starting to regret. Oh, no, that's it on that. This one's a repeat. it says, without Obamacare, I would have no insurance. I voted for you. Don't let me down and take away my health care. Alright, that's it on that. I'm not going to read too much of that. But let me get these verses and I'm going to close out. This is Jeremiah 46:12. And it says, the nations have heard thy shame, and the cry hath filled the land. And then you see all these people around the world, man, they're banning Americans now. And it says, the nations have heard of thy shame, and thy cry hath filled the land. For the mighty man has stumbled against the mighty, and they are fallen both down, fallen both together. But the main point was the first part, man. The nations are looking at this. That's why the Lord said he's going to lift up that skirt, man. That's why that evil thought of, man, we gotta do something to America, man. That's how the Most High is putting that thought in there by showing the shame and putting all these different legislations and different moves that they're making. There's going to be a time where they're all going to turn against Babylon the Great. It's the book of Jeremiah 49:7. It says, concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Because now it's looking like they don't know what the hell they doing. They don't know where the head is the tail or the tail is the head. And it says, flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. And now you see that now, man. The Most High he's coming to visit Esau. And like brothers, the apostles say, the Most High is working on Trump's mind. Just like the angels have worked on kings' minds in the prior history, they're doing it again. Okay? And it says, this is verse 10, but I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. Let me get, this is the book of Isaiah. This is Isaiah 29. This is Isaiah 29 and verse 14. And it says, I started 13. Wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw, 14. Therefore, behold, I will proceed to do a marvelous work among this people, even a marvelous work, and they wonder, for the wisdom of their wise men shall perish, and their understanding their prudent men shall be hid. And this was speaking about Israel. Okay, this is going into Israel, but the Most High is turning that upon Esau also, man, because he's taking wisdom and understanding away, because everything he's doing is looking chaotic, hectic, without order. And then this is the last one, and I'm going to close on this. This is the book of Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah 8 and 9. And it says, the wise men are ashamed. They are dismayed and taken. Lo, they have rejected the word of the Lord, and what wisdom is in them. Therefore will I give their, that's it on that. So Most High is put wisdom out of this place, man. So what happens when wisdom goeth from a place? Confusion comes in. So that's all I wanted to just touch, man. Hey, the city of confusion is getting broken. So all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, the water for this truth, knowledge, and wisdom. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's name I pray. And keep us, man, and watch over us, because we're coming to the time, man, that we're going to need him beyond anything else. And that's his name also. Shalom.